Welcome to Lined Musings. It is that time of year, so I am going to take you through my Techo Kaigi. We'll review some of my planners and journals for 2024 and go through what I've decided to do for 2025. Before I get into it though, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button if you would like to see videos on stationery and journaling and all that good stuff. Okay, so I've just piled up all of the planners and journals that we'll be going through in today's video. Just a little sneak peek, but we'll probably get started with planners. As you may already know, I am a big fan of the Hobonichi Weeks. It is my everyday carry and I use it to plan out my week, my month and my year. And we'll just do a quick flip through of how I've used it this year. It's primarily functional, but as you can see, I like to add in a little bit of decoration here and there just to keep things a little bit fun and exciting. So that's my health and steps tracker. And then we've got my month on 2 pages. This is where I plan out my month. And I've also got my media log here at the bottom, which kind of helps me remember where I was at that month. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of decoration there, but I try to not add too much so that it doesn't impact the functionality of the actual planner. So just to take you through an example of how I'd use it on a weekly basis, I just have my to-do list here on the left-hand side and my semi-bullet journal markers here. And then on the very left, I have the highlights of the day. And on the right-hand side, I've been fairly consistent. I've got my habit tracker here, and then of course meals and my inbox. So this layout has worked for me for pretty much the whole year. I don't think I've changed anything up. I am wondering if maybe I'll swap out the habits for a sleep tracker for 2025, but we'll see. This is my bullet journal key. We've got an index here, and then I've got some trackers, my annual tracker and my cleaning tracker, and my weekly tasks. So just covering that up so you don't see my habits and shame me. The home tasks and handyman tasks has moved into my reference planner, so I'm not sure I'll use that for 2025. My wish list was really helpful, just kind of helped me track my bigger ticket items. Yeah, and I've got my stationery purchases here, which was more a tracker for videos, but I didn't end up doing them, so not helpful. A date night log. Thank you, Lindsay Scribbles, for that idea. Actually, thank you to Lindsay Scribbles for a majority of this entire setup. This is my favourite page, my months in themes. And then in the back here, I've got a monthly dashboard. I have a media log here, but I've moved it into the monthly pages. So I've also got the Eisenhower matrix for each month. I've also made sure to leave a page or two for each month so that I can write any lists or notes that I might need. I really enjoy how every month has a theme because it really helps me navigate my planner and also keeps things a little bit exciting. So I've been fairly consistent in these back pages as well. I do have a lot of blank pages, but I do use them sometimes, so I've used it here. The Eisenhower matrix really helps me prioritize my monthly tasks, and I just use that to migrate and schedule things in my planner. And I'm sure most of you who are regular watchers know exactly how I set this up. It has really worked for me this year, and I don't see myself changing it up too much for next year. Moving on to the very, very back pages, we've got this pen test page. I probably only need to set aside one page for this. I will continue to use the favorites page. I thought that was really helpful, a good way to note the highlights of the year. So we've got favorite restaurants, music, and movies. I could use this a bit more frequently actually. I should make a note to do that. In the My 100, I have 4 lists. I haven't really used the piano and bass list because I haven't had time to incorporate another hobby into my life. So I need to change up what I'm going to do for that last list. Something that might need 25 notes. I haven't used this for anything. I could use it for ink swatches, so I'll have a think about that. In this last page, I just have a bunch of post-it notes that I can reuse over time. I generally use it for penciling in things so that I don't have to white it out. So for example, if I had to pencil in dinner with my friends, I'd pop it in the monthly spread. So I pretty much reserve these 2 pages for my little mini post-it notes, for my penciled in events, and sometimes if I know I haven't met up with a friend recently, I will just pop on the left-hand side so that I can remember to schedule that in. 365 days I don't use at all, and I don't use the addresses either. Okay, so that is a thorough review of how I've been using my Hobonichi Weeks this year. I thought I'd go through that one in detail because this is my EDC and it is my main planner. So if I had to only keep one, this would be it. So obviously, I have a Hobonichi Weeks for 2025, which you may have already known from my Hobonichi unboxing video. I have started to collect little stickers so that I can stick it on this page here. I will probably decorate this in a very similar way to what I did this year. This is also the first year this paper will be the Tomoe River Sands and paper. I've heard some complaints about it, but I'm not too concerned because I primarily use a gel pen in my Hobonichi Weeks. Just double checking that all those pages are in the back here that I frequently use. Yep. Yeah, so it'll be a rinse and repeat for my 2025 EDC. And I can't say I haven't been tempted by the other new planners on the block, like the Common Planner, but I got too indecisive and just decided to go with my tried and true Hobonichi Weeks. Next up is my work planner. I have been using this plotter and it is in the Bible size and it's been working really well. The 3 main things I'm after in my work planner is something small and portable, the calendar section so I can mark in my sprints, and just the week on 2 pages. If I have those 3 things, then I am good to go. What I've really enjoyed with this plotter is the nice, slick, professional design. And I've been using my own inserts for the monthly pages. I'll just flip to a month without any of my sprints. Yeah, so this is my month on 2 pages printable. I've changed this up so the logo goes in the middle here, but that'll come out soon. And this is on Kokuyo business paper, which is a joy to write on. I really, really like this paper. And for the week on 2 pages, I have Filofax inserts, which I don't really enjoy at all. I find the paper to be really rough and it doesn't feel nice to write on, but I don't like to waste things, so I have just powered on through the year with these inserts. I will say the disadvantage with the plotter is you cannot keep all of the months in here. I can only have maximum 3 months of weeks pages in this plotter, and even that is pushing it. I hole punched a Hobonichi backing board and chucked it in here, but I don't even use it. And in the back here I've just got some notes pages. Again, these are my Happy Mail Studios printables and they are on Kokuyo business paper. This here is just a little pocket and I just pop scraps in there. So that is an overview of my current work planner. Again, I really like the slick design of this. I wish I could keep using it for work, but as you may or may not know, I did buy a Kinball weeks planner, and I purchased this purely out of curiosity of wanting to compare the Hobonichi with the Kinball. I'll pop the link here for you if you're interested. I generally just scribble for my work planning, and I figured since I have this Kinball planner, why don't I just use it for work next year? So that is the plan at the moment, and I do genuinely like this paper, so we'll see how it goes. There's also this page in the back, this favorites page with the checkboxes. I thought that would be really good to keep track of the things I have accomplished next year, and that way come my performance review time I have all these on hand already. And there's all these other pages in the back of the Kinball. I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'm sure I'll be able to find something throughout the year. We'll see. There's also the months pages in the front here as well, which is quite handy for my sprints and logging important tasks. But yeah, that's the Kinball. I'd say the one disadvantage with this is that it doesn't have that sleek professional design that the plotter does. So it looks kind of like a kid's notebook, but I guess I could just have it open at my desk at all times, and that way no one will know what the color looks like. You know what, that's probably all in my head and nobody really cares anyway. Okay, so that is the work planner out of the way. Next up is a planner that hasn't gotten that much attention on my channel. I just haven't gotten around to doing a flip through. But this is my Louis Vuitton Medium Agenda, and it is being used as my reference planner. This card is outdated, but it is pretty, so it's just staying there for now. And I'll do a quick tour of this planner. Whoops, there's some private information there. I have 6 tabs here, and they're just these white tabs. I'm actually thinking about stocking them on my website, but we'll see. I'll take you through them individually. We have the perpetual calendar, some notes on health, some notes on well-being, and some tasks that I have for home, and notes about family and my pets. And then we've got some side hustle notes and miscellaneous notes in the back. Again, I have changed this recently, so the logo will be sitting in the middle. This makes it a little bit cleaner, I think. I'll just flick through to some of the notes I've actually written so you can see how I've been using this reference planner. This one here is notes on tuning into my cycle, a cycles log which I haven't used, a overview of an ideal day, some daily reminders, and so on and so forth. So yeah, anytime I find myself writing notes to help me structure and organize my life, and if I reference it a lot, I will pop it in this planner. So that is my reference planner. I will continue to use it throughout the years. The point of it is that it isn't year dependent. So that is the planners section of the video done. Now let's go into my journals. Here is my 5-year Hobonichi Techo. I am currently on my 2nd year, and that means next year will be year 3. How I'm currently using it is just my daily log of what I did. I write on the left hand side and it moves across to the right side. And I like to use my fountain pens in this journal. You can see I've got a whole bunch of different ink colours that I've been using. It's a little bit fun. It's also on the original Tomoe River paper. This cover is a little worn and not looking its greatest, so I've actually purchased another cover and it is coming. I'm really excited about it. I just bought it on Etsy. It's got Minna Pohonen fabric. Hopefully that will arrive soon and I can show you that. I do love that it is the original Tomoe River paper that is in this planner, and I get to use that for another 3 more years, especially since I've heard that there's been paper issues with the 5-year Techos with the Sanson paper. So I'm glad I have this, and that is probably what is going to keep me in this planner, the fact that it is the original Tomoe River paper. I'm not gonna lie though, it is a commitment, and I have been tempted to stray so many times. That said, I know that if I do complete the full 5 years in this Techo, I will be so proud of myself, and it will be a really, really lovely keepsake. I'm hoping that the new cover will encourage me to stay in it. Alright, the next journal is this little Traveller's Company notebook. This one is a new addition to the planner stack, and I'm just including it because I really love this passport size. I love this notebook, and I just want to find a way to incorporate it into my stack next year. But I do not want to overwhelm myself, so I have a monthly insert here. I thought I could use it for monthly highlights, not like how I have my planning done in my Hobonichi weeks, but more so highlighting the events and decorating it with stickers that suit the event or highlight of that day, which is different to what I have in the Hobonichi because this is a theme for the month, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a mini memory keeper, and it will just encourage me to use all of the stickers that I have in my stash, and I have plenty of them. The majority of them live in this little accordion folder that I got from Daiso. And I have a bunch of these smaller stickers from Sortilia and also from Daiso. So that one's from Daiso, super cute little bears and rabbits. Trying to find some more examples for you here. This one is kind of home themed, and we've got some food ones in here as well. For example, this one. So yeah, that's a lot of little stickers, and I want to use them. And I think filling up this little monthly insert with those little stickers and some highlights will be a really, really cute and fun activity. And what I can do is use it as kind of a reference for my main memory keeper. So this is my main one, and we'll have a little mini memory keeper. I do have an additional blank insert at the back here. I don't know what I'll be using this for. I just popped it in there for fun. I'll just take it out for now because it's not really got a purpose for 2025 at this point in time. Also got this craft folder. I have just moved it across from one of my other notebooks, so this has got a bunch of random stuff in it. Hopefully once I get into 2025 I'll actually have more useful things in the pockets. It does feel so much thinner without that second notebook, but hopefully it bulks up. I don't know, we'll see. This was my first Traveller's Notebook as well, so I'm really excited to be using it again in 2025. Okay, now my main squeeze in the journaling stack is my memory keeper. This is a little charm that my friend Ali made for me. I'll link her Instagram down below. But yeah, I'll open this up so you can get a glimpse into how I've been using the memory keeper these last few months. Just trying to make sure I don't share any private information. But yeah, so I've got a whole bunch of photos and ephemera, random bits and pieces in here. Some of these events aren't even big events. Some of them are just like selfies or things I bought, things I ate. But then I also have entries in here like my Daylesford road trip that I recently went on. Yeah, We've got some significant, insignificant events in here, and I like that kind of mishmash of memories and just kind of keeping a record of the important things, but also romanticizing the small things that happen in our everyday life. I also keep in this TN a little pocket in the back, and in here I keep some ephemera for my upcoming journal entries, and I also have a sticker release insert in here as well. So that is my memory keeper. I like to think of this as a place where I have a bit more creative freedom, and I guess next year I'll be using these two together, my memory keeper and a mini memory keeper. And the next journal item, kind of, is my commonplace journal, which is an A6 Hobonichi. I have it currently in a navy A6 cover with a cover on cover, and I've popped some postcards in here just to decorate it. And the one in the back is a postcard my husband got me from his work trip to China. The A6 notebook I've used this year is the Hobonichi Day 3, and that's because I wanted these months sections so that I could do some ink swatches on the new Sanzen paper and compare it with the old Tomori River paper, and I've done a similar thing last year. So that was fun. And for the rest of the pages, I've used it as a commonplace. It's just got a mishmash of notes, some things I wanted to record, and sometimes I'm just wanting to write with my fountain pens. I've got some ink swatches here as well. They're probably my favourite pages in this notebook. I also like to record theories or concepts that have caught my attention. And here I've got details on my reference planner and the 8 pen questions. I'll pop that video here if you're interested. I've been playing some cozy games this year, so I've written some notes on that, just things I need to remember as I'm playing the game. I really like this page. This is a movie review on Perfect Days, which I really enjoyed. I also have another movie review here, 20th Century Girl. I was in tears at the end of that movie. I haven't got that many entries in here, so the plan is that, given this is not dated, I'll be continuing to use this in 2025 as my common planner, or just for my mishmash of notes. What I will do to change things up a little is using a different cover, and I recently purchased this cute little number from Hobonichi. I'll pop the unboxing video here for you, and I just think that it would be really nice to switch things up a little with a new cover. This postcard is by La Dolce Vita. I'm just gonna switch out my battery because my camera is aggressively blinking at me. Okay, where was I? This is the Cafe Au Lait Hobonichi A6 cover, and I'll be continuing to use this as my commonplace notebook in 2025. This is probably my favourite cover of all the Hobonichis so far. The next journal I have in my stack is this one here, which I use for my big feelings journal. So any big emotions that I really need to just let out and vent about, I pop in here. And luckily this year I didn't really feel the need to use it so much. I do still find it handy though, because I don't really want to put big emotions in my memory keeper. It's not something I necessarily want to remember. In some ways, I guess I use this as a therapy journal, just somewhere to turn to if I'm feeling really anxious or overwhelmed. So that's that. This cover is a Baumkuchen collaboration with the Superior Labour. Actually, I forgot to mention, another thing I use this for is tarot card readings. And I don't take this seriously at all. I just pick a card and see how it relates to my current feelings and emotions. And as you may know, I went to Europe in April, so I have been using a travel journal. That would be this one here. This one came with me on that Europe trip, and I have been working through my travel journal entries, but it does take a lot of time, so I'll be continuing to work through this in 2025, I'm pretty sure. It might take me months actually to get through this, but I don't really want to rush myself. It is an activity that I want to do for myself to be able to relive those memories and capture them in detail with all of the ephemera that I have collected. I also already wrote notes on every single day while I was on the trip, so I will use that when I fill this up. So if I do go on any more overseas trips, I will be continuing to use this travel journal. Who knows, maybe I will go to the Stationery Fest in New York next year. And that wraps up my Techo Kaigi video for this year. I think I'm in a really good place. I know what I like, Hobonichis for planning, and Traveler's Company notebooks for anything that requires a bit of creative freedom. So that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble on about my notebooks and journals and planners. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!